Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Time with Jesus and Truck Talk. And just general thoughts. You know, in life, we all have dreams. And there's nothing wrong with dreams. Some of them may come true. Some of them may not. But if you live this way, it might help you. Because this is what helps me. So it helps me, maybe it helps somebody else to go, hey, you know what? It makes sense. Because your stress level goes down and you're not giving to Satan that worry, but I go under God's promise. And I go under God's understanding. There's a plan, a purpose, and a reason for everything. Because if there wasn't a plan, there wouldn't be a purpose. And if there's not a purpose, there sure isn't a reason for it to happen. And you know, we've all traveled down roads where you come to that dead end of that road where you either go left or right. Some people call it a T. Or that fork in the road. There's a couple areas over where I live that we call it six corners. Well, we got two of them. Because it's really confusing sometimes. Someone says, well, right off six corners. Well, which one? There's only one. No, there's not. There's one that goes Howell Avenue, Britton Road, and all that. Then there's the other ones that go, that's closer to, well, it doesn't matter. But it's down like more towards Goodyear Heights area. So we have to understand that things are not always in our control. In my past days, I would try to plan everything out and I would get discouraged when it wasn't happening right. And always wonder why is stuff failing? And work so hard to get nowhere. Today I kind of look at life different and I go at a different approach. I just lay it all at Jesus and say, here, I can't do this anymore. You know, I'm thankful that I'm able to do something every day. I'm thankful that I have a job, even though it's frustrating out here at times. You know, let's face it, we all want to go home every night to a nice warm bed and nice hot shower and you know, where you could, you know, I used to get up in the morning, take a shower, I'd come home and take a shower. That was weird like that. But yeah, it was just me. And today out here, you can go 2 days without a shower. It sounds disgusting, but it's just part of this life.
2 miles ahead, take
That's why I said,
Hazleton to
you know,
I-80
people, every job has something that you would go, wow. I just never thought that you would have to go through that. And, you know, listening to Darlene talk about surgeries and stuff, and some of the doctors would be in their hours. Well, okay, well, if the doctors are in their hours, how long are the nurses in there? How long are the people that are all involved with that surgery? How long is the person that's in that sterile room making sure that anybody switching in and out, they're sterile? Do they swap off quicker than the people that's in the operating room? I don't know. But that's just thought that goes through my head. Like, to me, it would be extremely boring to be in surgery.
1 mile ahead, take exit 95.
Unless you're a doctor or, you know, the surgeon or something like that, I guess, because you're constantly. But then again, after you do so many of them, does it come to the fact that you got to have people watch you more because you have an opportunity to miss something quicker because you're in a routine of it? Routines, I've missed stuff doing routines, people. I truly have. It's like, oh, I forgot to do this. You know, There's times when I'll double check what I'm doing, even
23 miles
driving,
ahead,
even though I
take
just got
exit
done doing a
95
pre-trip or a
into
post-trip.
I-80 West.
There's times when I'll go to pull forward and I'll jump back out to double check everything. Check the
Exit
landing gear,
95
check my
Hazleton to I-80
pins in the
West.
tandems, check my key pin to make sure, especially in the winter. When you hook to a trailer in the winter, you really got to make sure. I mean, I do the tug
0.6
test, I
miles
do
ahead,
all that
left.
before I hook to it. That doesn't necessarily mean I've even double checked it, made sure the jaws were locked. I checked the handle, looked at everything, the pin was in, started to pull forward, and I kept feeling like, man, something's not right. Got out, cranked the landing gear down, undid my lines, and pulled forward just a little bit. And sure enough, if that dang thing didn't come loose. And I was like, what in the world? It's things sometimes that we don't see, that we don't think. But if you're using God's Spirit, and the Lord is with that Spirit, that discernment, you're not going to fail, people. You may say, well, Nelson, I try to do that and I still fail. Well, let me tell you, it might not be God that's giving you that discernment. It might be Satan that's portraying that. You with me still? Don't forget, Lucifer can come as an angel of light. And who's under him? Anything else. The Antichrist, Satan, all of them. They all fall under him. And why in the world is this dang on thing bringing me this way?
2.4 miles ahead, turn left on Pennsylvania 534 East.
It's going to take me down. Oh, man. Sometimes I wish you guys could see exactly what I see out here. It is bizarre, some of the roads we have to travel down. But I look at guys that drive the trash trucks. I was watching one day, I was sitting
turn left on
at a Walmart
534 East.
and shutting down for the night, and just sitting there watching this trash truck pull, and I'm looking at the lines above him. And I don't know if he forgot or thought he was clear. He started raising it, and I was just getting ready to blow the air horn and jump out and run over there because I didn't want him to hit that power line and knock out power and perhaps lose his job. It's the right thing to do. Right thing to help people. Doesn't matter what we are, who we are, what we think we're better than. We're all in this boat together. We have to help each other. I know it's difficult to release and surrender something that you can't see working. It took me a long time.
Turn left on Pennsylvania 534 East.
It took me a long time to surrender that to Jesus. But I tell you what, my life's been a lot different since I have. I've been a lot more peaceful. I've been a lot more calmer. I don't let little things bother me anymore. There's days that I'm extremely wore out. That those are the days I just need to myself. I don't make excuses. I just tell people today's not really a good day for me, so I apologize up front. And sometimes I think people forget, that they don't think about, let me put myself in somebody else's shoes for a few minutes before I react to how I think that they're reacting to me. How would I be in that moment? It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right for anybody to do anything that's going to cause someone to be upset. But, let's face it, we all do something eventually.
Turn left on Pennsylvania 534
But what the thing that gets me is the very people that think that they're escaping and they're good. That's what gets me. How do you justify that? I mean, how do you think that you're better? It's like saying that you're better than God. Oh, someone don't find me attractive, or someone likes this person better than me, or this person thinks they know everything. Look at them over there talking. They know everything. You might as well just stop talking, but then claim to be your friends. Why do you even want to hang around people like that? I mean, I start questioning the person. But, there's a lot of stuff that I know I could say, Darlene, don't do this. And she'd be submissive because she's doing it to Jesus.
Turn right on ramp to I-80 West. Take ramp to I-80 East.
So, you have to really sit and think about some of this stuff. And go, I had a question asked that said, you always talk about order. I'm like, yeah. God, Jesus, my wife, my family, and then friends, so on, I guess, whatever falls under that, acquaintances or whatever. I don't really say friends anymore because I look at people as that acquaintance type thing, and I look at people as brother and sister in Christ. But for me to say a friend, a friend to me is someone that you talk to all the time. You're able to open up and not be judged and not have someone go spread everything you're talking about. That's a friend. That's someone that has your back no matter what. But it's also someone that looks at both sides of it and go, well, no, see, I think you're a little wrong on this because I see it this way. So, you can see my point there. I talk to a lot of people.
1 mile ahead.
I talk to a lot of people on here.
And then turn left on Pennsylvania 940 West.
I am grateful for each and every person. Like I said, I never thought this YouTube channel would turn into what it's turned into. But then again, I'm doubting God. Now I'm saying God's not capable. For whatever reason, the Lord wanted this stuff on here. And for whatever reason, it's either helped people or lately it's been like... and I appreciate people's honesty. It's like, man, what are you doing? It's like, all you're doing is complaining. Well, I'm sorry that you see it that way, but you need to really look at the message. Because I truly am at peace, people. I truly am. I don't have grudges against my children. I don't have grudges against people. I don't want harm to come to no one. Matter of fact, I pray for spiritual light. I pray for that opening. I pray that they're able to see what Lucifer is doing. Whether it ever happens, it's up to them. It's that free will, people. It's that free will that they have to do it. They got to do the work too. I just can't come and get in this truck and sit down behind the seat and not start the truck and expect to get paid. And sit there and sit there at the DC for 5 days and then get out and say, okay, I'm going home. They'd look at me like, you're going home, all right, permanently.
0.3 miles ahead.
See what I'm saying?
Turn left on Pennsylvania 940 West.
You have to do the work sometimes. Sometimes God just knows you're wore out and He has someone come along to help you. That's what the great thing about it is.
Turn left on Pennsylvania 940 West.
Again, I'm not coming against people's podcasts. I'm not coming against people. And it's amazing how many people that has taken. It's amazing how many people have taken things the way they have taken it. I'm just blown away by it. I mean, I truly am blown away by how some people will think I'm literally talking about them. And when I finally figure it out, I've contacted a few people going, if you really thought this was about you, that's sad. I'm not even talking about you. You know, where did you come up with that equation, I guess, that I was mentioning you? Did I mention you at all? No. It just blows my mind sometimes. It's like, why does people do what they do? Well, I hate to say it, sometimes insecurity.
Turn left on Pennsylvania 534 East.
Sometimes people want what they want quicker than other people. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's like, I mean, I have an idea. I could give you an idea. Because I think you're trapped you're in that limbo area. You're in the gray area, which gray don't exist. You're either hot or cold. You're trying to play both sides of the field, and it just doesn't work that way. I'm not about numbers, and I'm not about trying to get something more out of this. I'm just trying to fulfill what God has given me to do. And lately, you know, let's face it, there isn't a person that don't have a channel that don't look and see where their statuses are and where things are. Maybe that's making people upset. If it is, tell me. I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody miserable. I'm just trying to give you daily life how to get through it. It might, what I'm telling you might not work for you. But it might work for somebody else. They might go, yeah, you know what, that makes sense. I've lived a crazy life. And all these years, I'm like, why? What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with these tablets? What am I going to do with that? And it's amazing when, oh, man, that was freaky. Yeah, that literally freaked me out. Telling you people, Jesus' return is coming. I mean, when you start seeing things that shouldn't be here, and just random, never mind, it's a whole other area. Wow, that really startled me. I mean, it really did. I wasn't even expecting to see what I just seen. But you know, some people say, well, I don't like it that you do the videos, I can't see it. Okay. Why? Give me a reason why. I mean, I get it. We're all about sight stuff. We want to see how somebody's reacting or their emotions or something like that. But there's times that I just feel like sharing stuff. And it's not like I can drive with the light on in here. The light at nighttime, it's distracting, man. I mean, it really, bad enough I got to drive with people in the dark that leaves their brights on and they shine right at you and they think there's nothing wrong with that. And then if you flash yours to get them to turn theirs off, they just keep flashing theirs 1,000 times at you, but now they're mad because you flashed them. It's like, no, I'm flashing you because your brights are on. Somewhere down here, through all this construction and detour, there's a ramp. I had to go down and turn around because I don't see this on-ramp. See, and that's the other thing. When you're driving down these roads and you're driving, I mean, I'm going slow. I don't know what I'm missing here. There's Exxon truck stop right here. I wish I would have known this one was here. I would have came down here. And this is really nicer compared to where I stayed last night.
I-80 West.
There is none. unless this little turnoff here. You know, sometimes I like to go to these city officials and say, get in the truck with me. Whoever makes these, yeah, you gotta be kidding me. I'd be like, whoever makes this, please get in this big truck. And I want you to see what I gotta go through to try to get through this. And you tell me how you justify that this is okay. And then they give you the shortest on-ramp. See? Now you can look at that and go, well, Nelson, you're complaining. You're right. That would be complaining. Because there's nothing I can say that's going to change that. You see, that's my style of teaching. I could show you quicker, but some people are taking it truly, I'm a miserable person. Well, that's sad that you feel that way, but I'm sorry, but I'm really not. Do I have my days? Yeah. Like 2 days ago, I think it was, Darlene got to spend the day with her daughter and her granddaughter. She had a good time. They went around because her daughter's looking to get a different house. And so they had a great time. I guess she's going to get ready to go over and help her do cookies for Christmas. You know, that's exciting. I can't remember the last time. I think the last time that I did cookies was when we were all together still, was on Waterloo Road. It was good times. I mean, we had a lot of great times until, unfortunately, Satan steps in and, you know, when you allow that door to be open. But I know God's going to heal everything. You know, God's going to reveal, and one day she's going to look back at it all and go, it all makes sense. And you know, I don't expect, I'm sorry, I don't want any of that. I don't need it. What's been done has been done. Because the people that believe the crap it's not important to me. I don't need them people in my life because they are so far out there. I traveled a long way and allowed Jesus to mold me a long time to get out of that lifestyle. So I'm okay with it. Believe and think what you want. Man, my thoughts back in them days were dark and deep and nasty. But and I'm trying not to talk so loud because people are saying that I'm screaming and I'm shouting and I'm angered and I'm sorry. I mean, it's getting to a point where I'm thinking, man, is this Satan trying to get me to stop doing these videos? Because I really go, my gosh, it's like every corner I turn lately, it just feels like I'm getting slammed against the wall. And it gets kind of exhausting. It's okay. As long as there's one person that's coming on here and liking a video, I'll keep going. Because that one person's getting something. Like I said on the last video, I am going to dig into the pyramid video. In between all that, I'm going to start doing the tablets again, start at the beginning of the year. I might bring some out when I come back out and do some. I definitely want to do the Christmas video. And that's probably going to wrap up this year. I'll probably take a little bit of time off at the end here, and won't do a New Year one. I don't know. You know, I probably wish y'all a Happy New Year the following when I come back in January. But I don't know. My way of thinking about stuff is not probably most people's, and I'm okay with that too. Because the only thing I related to New Year's was partying. And the reality is, I was so lost and miserable. I couldn't stand for another year to come. Because it was just another year of disappointment and another year of being discouraged. So you look at it that way, you see why. Plus the fact that New Year's Eve was the year that was the time that I actually went down and hung myself. Just had enough. I got into it with my second oldest sister, and I was at her house, and I just had enough. Life's crazy. You just get to a point in life where you go, whatever. And that's when Satan works harder and harder and harder to keep you there. But it gets easier and easier and easier because you're already numb. You're already under that control. Because you're afraid to let go. You're afraid of going, man, what if I got to go back to work? What if I got to do this? You know, I'd rather put up with this and not have to work or not have what I think is easy street. But is your soul worth it? Is you getting locked up in hell the rest of your life worth what you're living today? I mean, there isn't a house, there isn't money, there isn't cars, there is nothing Satan could offer me today that I would go back into that lifestyle. Ever. Now you think back in the day, you know, it was weird because, you know, even in some of the videos I talk about it, you know, I always had money. I was always buying something, always doing something. You know, it was crazy. But then when you start walking away from that lifestyle, look how fast things change. You look at Hollywood right now. You look at all this stuff being exposed. And, you know, I don't blame it all on Diddy. I think he was the greatest puppeteer ever that existed on this earth. But then I look at the fools that's blaming him. You know, they're the ones that did it. They wanted something. There's a price to pay for that something. If you don't believe hell exists, just go stand there with Diddy for a little bit. Living hell is what it is. I'm floored by him trying to get out to be able to go spend a 3-day weekend at his island and all this stuff. Whether it's true or not, I don't somehow doubt that it's not true. Because that type of lifestyle, that type of person that he is, he has to have that. It's his drug. You know, he's so wrapped in evil, he's got to do evil. It's just crazy, that whole lifestyle. I wonder how many people sitting there as a young adult now, you know, growing up going, well, I never want to be a movie star or a music singer or anything. I mean, you got so many people that's supposed to be Christians, but yet compromising with the world's ways today. Good luck with that. I'm not judging. I don't care. If you want to be gay, be gay. You want to be a cross-dresser, be a cross-dresser. You want to live that crazy life, then you go right on ahead and live it, because I can tell you exactly where you're going, but you're not going to like it. But I tell you one thing, don't shove it down my throat. Don't make it to where I have to accept it. I don't care about pronouns. I don't care about any of it. I don't care about the woke. I don't care about, the only thing I care about is what you're doing to your children. The only thing I care about is confusing them and coming against what God says. I'm sorry, you're born with a penis, you're a male. You can't wait, well, I'm going to let my child grow up and see what they're going to become. I always knew my child was going to be gay because of the way they acted. They acted that way because it's what they seen or know. Because you're not going to tell me that God makes mistakes. Especially as long as I lived in that demonic realm. You'd be surprised at stuff that goes on down there in the way that they're able to deceive things. The thing of it is people fall for it. Obviously, look at this crazy world we live in. I mean, it's pretty bad when they take cartoons now. I actually heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I didn't really read it, but I just looked at the title of it and stuff and was reading down as far as you can without opening something. They're talking about making Disney characters like Mickey Mouse and that into the transgender and gay. I'm going, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, wow. So can you imagine your grandchildren growing up and you're going, oh, where's Minnie? What do you mean? Minnie's married to Daisy. What? No. Mickey's married to Minnie. No, Minnie's married to Daisy. Mickey's married to Donald. Where have you been? What are you talking about? No, when we grew up, you show them a cartoon or something, and they're looking at you like, huh? I mean, is that what this is coming to? People, you look at the times that are happening right now. You look at Israel. You look at all these wars going on around them. You look at the soils being struck. I'm telling you right now, they're already talking about one currency. They're already talking about doing away with money. That's all part of the end times. They already have the layout and stuff for the new temple. They already have all the stuff built and ready to go that's going to go in it. Man, people, wake up. Wake up. You're going to be left here and you're going to wish you hadn't. Talking about alien ships and there, I heard a podcast where the guy was going on there talking about this alien ship landed in his field. Now listen to this. Landed in his field. And I'm like, okay, he's a farmer or something like that. But as he's going on, I'm going, now wait a minute. I might not be 100% on this, but if anybody that does know that area, correct me if I'm wrong, Area 51, I don't think there's really a house close to that. He's trying to say that his farmland goes all the way up to the fence where Area 51 is. I don't know. It could be true. But my thing is, if your farmland's out there, and you see something that looks like an alien ship, it's probably NASA equipment, the military's equipment. It's probably something of that sort. I mean, we do have drones and stuff. Isn't it funny? Let me jump on this real fast. Isn't it funny how the drone toys come out, you fly them up in the air, and now they all got cameras and stuff, and you can look at it through your phone and see what's going on. And people are using it to spy in people's windows and stuff. I mean, how long has that been going on? You ever stop to think about that? Wow. So I'm actually going to Google. Not that I'm trying to prove anybody wrong, but I just want to see for myself. Because any view I've seen of Area 51, I've never seen any house like really close to that. I just can't see why they would allow to have something that close. I do know there's signs and stuff up that if you cross into there, they will kill you, and I'm sure they probably would. So they say, or do they take you in here and do science experiments on you? I believe a lot of these animals and these freak of things that we're finding out there, I believe it's stuff from Area 51. I had a dream one time that I was walking through Area 51. The buildings and the holding areas and the stuff that they were doing in there. I don't know if it's true that the things I've seen was actually true what they're doing in there, but I don't know. If it is, that's some crazy stuff. I can see why. They don't want nobody in there to expose that. I wonder how much trouble the government would actually be in. You got to think, you look at this AI, you look at today's technology, these robots, and all these things that are starting to take over in our factories, robotic things that are walking around that look like people. You don't even know we don't even know really how many robotic people are walking around this world, and we have no clue because they're so realistic. Makes you go, We're making them more and more realistic, more and more able to do things that you can upgrade and you can buy the whole entire package to be able to basically have a wife and a husband the same as you could get today. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Anybody find a problem with this? They're able to have emotions. They're able to cry. They're able to... How are they crying? Are they able to eat? I mean, think about it. I mean, my gosh, there's a lot of stuff that starts going through my mind. And then I sit there and go, it's kind of weird and creepy all at the same time. Tell. What if today was the last day? Let's just say there was a warning the day before, yesterday. And in this warning, yesterday, you heard today at 1 p.m. Now, you would have to go, well, Nelson, 1 p.m. what? Let's just say 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Central Time, it would be 12. Mountain Time, it would be 11. Pacific Time, it would be 9 o'clock, I believe. Yeah, 9. Because they're 3 hours behind us. So, no, it would be 10 o'clock. 11, 12, yeah, it would be 12 o'clock. I mean, 10 o'clock, not 9. So, 1 o'clock today, Jesus is going to be standing on them clouds. And names are going to be called upward. So let's just say everybody's running around doing whatever they want. Okay? Kind of like what we're doing today. Doing whatever. Even most Christians that claim to be. Running around, we're doing whatever we want. At exactly 12:58, you repent. Becomes like the thief on the cross deal. Well, if you're repenting, you got time. You're going to go to heaven. Isn't that how it works? You say, well, what's wrong with that? I'm not saying anything wrong with it at all. You want to take that chance, and you take that chance. Who am I to say who gets into heaven and who doesn't? This ain't about me saying who's going to get into heaven or not get into heaven. Me not holding a Christian higher than anybody else, because let me tell you right now, I examine Christians harder than I do the sinners. Because a lot of people are in that lifestyle because of Christians. But then again, you allow yourself to go in it, so you're at fault for yourself. I can't blame anybody for anything I did in my past. It's my fault. I allowed it. So, whose fault truly is it? Well, the devil made me do it. Now the devil didn't make you do nothing. You wanted to do it because you enjoyed it. I'm telling you, I'm seeing more and more semi-crashes the last few days than I have seen in a long time. Because you're getting all these people coming out here getting CDLs, and they're not giving them enough training. And or maybe they're getting enough training and they're just not doing the training. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you one thing. Or it could just be somebody that's been driving so long, their overconfidence is the last day they were overconfident because they rolled their truck over. As in the trucking world, we like to say they're sleeping on the side of the road. They were tired. Good luck explaining that to your employer. But pretty much everything I've been telling you is stuff I've been telling you all through these videos. You know, you hold grudges. What's that getting you? You want the eye for the eye and the tooth for the tooth and all that? Well, Jesus says not to do it, but he says forgive 7 times 70. Judgmental. Go ahead, judge. Let's just go judge everybody. Let's judge everybody that's done wrong to us. And then when God starts judging us, whoa, wait a minute now, hold on, this ain't fair. this ain't fair. Yeah, it is. Because you wanted to do my job, now I get to do your job. Now I'm going to judge you. How you judged others. What would you do if this was your last day on earth? Kind of like that purge. You have 24 hours to do whatever you want. And God wouldn't hold you accountable for it. Lucifer wouldn't be able to gain that ground over it. What would you do for 24 hours? Would you rob a bank? Would you go into places and steal every lottery ticket you can find? Would you go into a casino and rob a casino? Well, I imagine if I owned a casino and I knew this was about to take place, I would take every bit of money that was in that casino and it would be gone. It wouldn't be on the premises, that's for sure. Knowingly that somebody was about to come in there and rob me. Huh. I wonder where he's going with this. Well, I'm glad you asked. Hold on to the roller coaster here. Pull on your strap a little bit. Make sure it's tight because you know this big hill we're about to go up here. Everything goes up must come down. And we're going to come flying down this pretty fast. So hang on. We're going to have some fun. So in that process, you go out, take a car, and forge the paperwork to make it look like you paid for it so you could keep it after the purge was done. Would you break in people's homes? Would you break in stores? What would you do? Interesting, isn't it? How many people are probably sitting there thinking, well, I would remodel my whole home. I would get rid of everything in my house, could get the furniture I've always wanted, get that big plasma screen TV, get the video game consoles I wanted. I bet you there's people even probably thinking, man, I'd go have sex with whoever I want. Y'all didn't think I was going to bring that into it, did you? Anybody's been on these channels long enough knew. They're probably just like, well, when's he going to bring it in? Because you know people are thinking it. Come on. You're not going to sit there and think that I'm the only one thinking that. I bet you there people do think about that. Well, that's what I would do. I've been married for so long. My marriage has been so great. You know, Lucifer just keeps talking and talking and talking. Satan's a master deceiver too, you know, because he learned from the very best. They like to convince you. Let me tell you something. What is happiness? I mean, I pretty much share my whole life on it. I mean, there is times that I sit and look at my life and go, wow, why am I even married? I mean, we get a few hours together a week. That's like having a pen pal or something. But the times we all together, that we don't end up falling asleep. And it's not all her fault, it's mine too. I mean, I'm exhausted some days when I come in. But the great thing about our relationship, we understand each other. Do I irritate her at times? Probably. Do I say things that she might take the wrong way or have a facial expression? Yes. I know that's true because she's told me. But after I sit and explain things to her, I haven't really heard that lately. Because I think she's a praying woman, so why would she not go to prayer and say, is this really what's happening? I would. Let's face it, I know her past. I know where some of the places she's been. And I know the person she was married to. She knows the person I was married to. It's funny because that very person that I was married to came against her. And I'm thinking in my head going, are you insane? You of all people? Expect me to believe you? Right. I'd stand a better chance jumping into a wood splitter. I'm sorry, a wood chipper. And surviving that than believing that. And no, I'm not coming against her. It's just her life, she had to live the life she wanted. And unfortunately, her life it's still bizarre to her. But I got to have children, and I got to watch them grow up. I got to enjoy them as they were growing up. For most of it was good. There was one that would cause chaos all the time. It's like, what is wrong with you? Why do you have to do this? Because that's why I can say there's kids who will do bad things to get attention. They want that attention. They don't care if it's good or bad. Even if you give them attention, they gotta have that bad attention. I don't understand it. I mean, it's like, gosh, you think by now you would stop. But it's funny because he grew up like his dad, having kids and really not being a dad. You know, it's like, whatever. Trying to prove yourself out there on the streets. You think anybody's going to remember your name? No. These little gangs that run around these little cities thinking that there's something, and then an actual gang comes in. You see how fast that little gang takes off. We're not going to buck up against them. It'd be like saying you got a little street gang in your neighborhood and the cartel comes in. Well, that's our turf cartel. They'll just kill you and be like, okay, whose turf is it? Because I guarantee you, once they shoot one or two people, they're gone. Nope, not me. I didn't say nothing. Oh, they're taking off their colors and all that. These gang wars, west side, east side, and all that garbage. It's garbage. I mean, you know, it's like saying, well, when I get to hell, I'm going to wear my color down there. Yeah, you're going to wear color, all right. It's called red. You'll see. Hopefully you won't, but I'm sure the majority of you will. There's some days I feel like I'm on that fine line. But there's some days I just get so ticked off. And then I'm just like, you know what? I got to listen to my own words. I got to listen to my own words here because I can't allow someone to change me. Only I can do that. I can allow it or I can stop it. And sometimes stopping is getting them people out of your life. What else in their family? Pray for them. That's all I can tell you. That's the best weapon you have is to pray for them. Because I'm not allowing that kind of nonsense in my life. And I'm going to be frustrated while they walk around. And you're over there miserable. Make sense? Not to me, it don't. Because I'm tired of being visible. I'm tired of being in that area. Tired of looking to see who's pointing a finger at me. Family members that really don't know me pointing fingers at me. All these people pointing fingers. People, I don't care. Point the fingers all you want. If you really think all this, then I say to go ahead and believe what you want to believe. But let me tell you something. Let me come knocking on your door and opening your skeleton closet, okay? Well, you may say, hey, Nelson, that's not all true. Some of that stuff that, but it says right here, I'm reading the Akron Beacon Journal right now. The Beacon Journal don't lie. News never lies. Come on, Google's always right. It must be true. It's on the internet. Come on now. Social media doesn't lie. Facebook it's not gossip book. Now, come on. You're lying to me. No, Nelson, I'm really not lying. I'm truly, I didn't do that stuff. You did too. You sick monster pervert. You. Ew, look what you've done. You're a thief. You deserve to be in hell. Not only now am I falsely accusing somebody, now I'm condemning someone to hell, and I'm playing judge. Now, God has no reason to judge me. I'm just speaking the truth. What I see on paper. It's like reading the back of the book and think that you know what the whole storyline's about. And you write your book report off of it. How many of you have done that in school? And you think the teacher doesn't know that you didn't read the whole book? Come on. They're just happy you turned something in, probably. They're probably like, wow, they actually took time to actually do some schoolwork. I'm going to give them something for it. Maybe a D minus, maybe a C. You know, I'll give them a C for effort. Maybe I'll give them a C plus. Maybe they'll be so excited they'll actually open the book next time to get to that B.
1 mile ahead, use the left 2 lanes to stay on I-80 West.
How many times have your kids done something good and you just said, wow, let's go out and grab a Happy Meal, or let's go out and grab a value menu. I'm trying not to laugh, but how many of you are going, yeah, right, that's about what you can afford these days. Honey, we're going to dinner. We're going to get the value menu today. We got a little bit of extra money. We're going to be able to get us a combo meal. Woohoo! You know, we're even going to get us a milkshake. We're going to have to share that milkshake, though. We're going to have to share it because we don't have enough for two. So, which one? Which flavor do you want? I'll compromise.
Miles ahead, take exit 123 and then turn left on Pennsylvania 970 South Chapel Highway.
Yeah. This thing jibber jabbers so much. It's like, what are you talking about? And most of the time when it says the highway or whatever, you're looking like, I'm not even on this highway. What are you talking about? What you talking about, lady? Let me tell you something here. No, seriously. This is what happens when I get too much sleep. This is what happens when I don't get enough sleep and I'm beyond tired. I just get in this silly mode and I just go on and on and on. That's okay because some of you like it. Some of you say, well, it's only 30 minutes long and I'm not going to listen to it. Okay. Well, I'm glad I have you for 30 minutes. I'm glad you're here for 25 minutes. I'm glad you're here for 10 minutes. I'm glad you're here for the whole hour and a half. I'm glad that you stopped watching and come back and finish watching it. Or I'm glad that you're spending your lunchtime or you're driving down the road listening to it. I'm glad that you're just watching it, maybe sitting at home going, I'm bored out of my mind. Let me turn this lunatic on and say, let me hear what he's got to say today. But I wonder how many people that probably are thinking this way and they sit back and all of a sudden reality sets in and goes, wow, I'm going through that right now. I wonder how many people that finally go, well, I'm just going to grab his email and I'm just going to email him, just see what he says. And there was a couple people, like one person, I do apologize. I can't find your email. Email me again. I've been saying this, so obviously they're not watching the videos. They probably think, you know what? Piss on him. You're a liar. Well, I'm sorry. The Satan wants you to believe that. I do want to talk to you. I want to talk to you because I too lived that angered at God. I blame God for everything. I'm with you. But I want to try to help you through it. But I can't help you through it because I don't know where the email went. I got so many things on there. So much. Look, I got on there this morning and I'm like, good grief. You have won an ATM. Now listen to this, people. Every time around Black Friday and all this, you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful on Facebook. Then people put stuff on there to make it look legit because, let's face it, Facebook is legit. All the stores on there are legit. But they said I won $40 million through an inheritance. But then when I'm reading, I'm like, inheritance. And then I'm reading it, this billionaire is leaving a select few, and my name came up. Now wait, it gets better. My name came up and they selected me to receive $40 million through an ATM card. An ATM card. Your money is uploaded into an ATM, into an ATM card. Contact us today to get your information. So we can send you your ATM card. So you can go to the ATM to withdraw your $40 million. What freaking ATM has $40 million in it, clueless? I mean, come on. I get this crap all the time. You're in breach of this. I'm at breached? Who talks like that? I'm at breach. You're going to have to do this. Or your protection is outdated and that. Really? My phone's going to crash? I sent them back on a text message. They sent me a text message. I sent it back and I said, really? When is this going to happen? Man, this is awesome. That's exactly what I wrote. I said, this is awesome. I need a new phone anyways. Because it's been 2 years. Why would my phone still be working right? It never does. It starts shutting down because that's what these phone companies do. You ever notice every year they put a new iPhone out, they're putting a new style out, they're putting a new G195. You get 5G, liar. I got 5Gs about 4 times the whole time I've owned my phone. 4 times. I'm serious. This 5G crap doesn't exist. 4 times. I should be having 5G right now. I don't have it. I call them up. What's up with 5G? Well, we got a satellite over here that's a cousin to this satellite that is a friend of the friends of the friends satellite. And the 5G satellite, you know, that little star, like, what are you over there? Yeah, that's the satellite. But that satellite's got to come off of this one, and it's got to come back here, and it's got to come over here, and the signal's got to come off of that. Then it's got to come to this fake pine tree that's over here, that's a CIA and all this stuff. That I don't tell anybody. You know, that's actually a pine tree. And then it comes over there. Then the signal comes to and then it comes over to T-Mobile, and then T-Mobile goes to Verizon. Verizon then sends us the signal off of that. That's why he only got 5G 4 times. We're sorry, but that's why, you know, at least you got a 5G phone. Okay, bye-bye. That's how I feel talking to these people. I'm like, what? What does that even mean? I mean, think about this stuff. You're sitting here. I've been on the phone and don't even realize some of the stuff that I say to people. And it's like the kids would tell me what I was saying on the phone, and I'm like, I actually said that? It's like, because you're going to waste my time, I'm going to waste your time. I have telemarketers stop calling me because I answer the phone. Hello? Seriously. I get so bored out here, I'll take spam calls. Hello? Can I speak to Nelson Rubens? Who? Nelson Rubens? Robbins? Yeah, Nelson Robbins? Can I speak to him? Speaking? What can I do for you today? We're offering this fantastic deal for you. It's a great deal. Let me tell you what we're going to do for you. We're going to give you this satellite, and it's going to have internet, and we're going to bundle you with a cable package, and you're going to have a landline and all. Isn't this a great deal so far? Yeah, it sounds awesome. Okay, now, through all that, this is what we're going to get you. We're going to offer you an additional service. You have a cell phone? Yeah, I'm talking to you right now on. Isn't that amazing? Isn't technology amazing that I'm able to talk to you while I'm working? Because we don't care these days. You know, here in the United States, we're allowed to sit and listen to radios now while we're at work. Our companies don't even mind. We can swear at work. We can wear our pants hanging down at work. I mean, it's just great. I mean, I have to wear a uniform all day, and I got to look respectful when I go into some of our stores, and far from these people don't look very respectful to me. But they're in public eye more than I am. Makes no sense now, does it? Listen here, man. I'm trying to tell you what we have for you, and it's a great deal. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was just thinking we were having a friendly conversation here. That's great too, but I want to tell you about the service. Okay. So, in this particular moment, we have this for you, and you can get up to 180 channels. If you want this package, it's a little bit more, but the 180 channels, what does that 180 channels consist of? A bunch of garbage that I don't even watch. What if I want, like, the Hallmark channel, or if I want this, because Christmas is coming up, I love Hallmark, I like to watch, and you gotta get this plan in. We can assist you with anything you like. You like the cooking show? Okay, the cooking show. You can get the cooking, they'll involve in all that. It's just great. It's just so great. How much is this so great gonna cost me? Right now we're running a 12-month special, and during the 12-month special, this is what you get. For a incredible $199.99, excuse me? Yeah, it's $199.99, and then you plus tax, don't forget tax, and you're probably going to have to pay an installation fee, but it's okay, because we'll break it out to your payments, okay? And then, where can I sign you up? How about never? Any questions? Hello? Yeah, I'm still here. But I have another offer. How about if I sell you some tires? You know, I've been trying, I got some tires that really don't fit my car, and because I don't have that car anymore, and I've been trying to sell these tires on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Your List, and OfferUp, which is now Craigslist, which is sold by me, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you a really good deal on these tires. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you such a great deal right now. You buy 4, and I'm going to give you the spare tire for free, man. That is a deal. What do you think about that? You know, there's a lot of good tread still on these. You could probably get another year, 2 years out of them easy. And I'm telling you right now, because I like you, I like that you're trying to give me a deal. I want to give you a deal. I want to give you that, and there's nobody there. They hang up. I'm serious. I would literally, I wouldn't lie to you. I would literally go on and on with these people. And all of a sudden, the spam calls and all these telemarketers stop calling me, especially trucking companies. Because Driver Pulse updates your stuff, and I get all these people start calling me. I had one call me 2 days ago. Can I speak with Nelson, please? Speaking. Hey, I'm not going to say the trucking company's name, but I was like, okay. we're hiring in your area. Home Weekly, that's always great, isn't it? Isn't that? They always start off. Here's the thing where they start off with. This is truck drivers' deal here. Home time, money, home time, money, home time. Where do I got to travel? How many miles? Well, if you live in the Acorn area, where? Acorn. We have a lot of freight that goes through Acorn. I don't know where Acorn is. You live in Acorn. No, I live in Akron. Acorn has a C. I'm not the best speller, but I guarantee you Acorn has a C. Corn has a C. Corn doesn't have a K, like corn on the cob doesn't have a K. It's a C. Acorn has a C. Akron has a K. Oh, okay. Look, anyways, in your area, you would have to be out 2 weeks, and we give you you get you home early on the second week on a Friday, about 1, 2 o'clock, 3, 4. And which is it? Do I hear 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, rock? We're going to rock around the clock tonight. The ladies on there going, oh. I was like, well, I don't know. That's what comes to my head. You don't even know what time I'm going to go? Well, it varies. But you just said I get home weekly. But not Akron. Not Akron. But you have a lot of freight coming through here. Well, how much do I get paid for this 2 weeks out? You do realize I get 2 days off a week now. Oh. Where's your company based out of? Arizona, I believe, but the place I report to is in Grove City. Grove City, Ohio? Yes. Up by Columbus? Yes. And they get you home 2 days a week? Yes. Oh. And you live in Akron? Yes. Huh. I said, so how much do you pay me per mile? And how many miles minimum? I mean, what's the minimum? Because I got to go off the minimum, because I don't go off your max. Because most places that give you a maximum, well, and I don't want to hear, it depends on the driver, because that's a crop. Most of the time I'm running off my 10. My 10's up and I'm running. But I don't pick my loads. See, you give me my load. You got a dispatcher who gives you my load. I can't pick my loads because I can honestly tell you that one company I worked at was Crete, and I always knew what I was doing for the majority of the time, a load to 2 loads ahead. As long as I proved myself that I was going to be there at them load, they would load me up. Sometimes I knew what I was doing for the whole week. They never had to bother me again. I never bothered them unless I had a problem with the load. Most of the time, I would handle it. I'd go into the shipper receiver and say, "Hey, I'm a little early. Is it okay, or do you need me to come back?" "Nah, hey, no, we got a dock open. Just jump back in, and we'll get to you in about a half hour or so." Is that cool? Yeah, oh yeah, it's cool with me. Because I go in there with respect, and I go in there in a lot of these places I built that relationship up with. So, depending on where I'm going, I might know the place, and I might know I can sleep there. I don't need to know anything else. Well, I said, so what's the minimum? Because I got to go, if it's 1,800 miles, I can say probably roughly 1,900 I might get. Well, you can't say that. Yes, I can say that. Because everybody wants to tell you you're going to make 2,500 miles, you're going to make 2,000 miles, you're going to get, we got top runners that get 3,000 miles. Yeah, but your top runners don't. They get the special loads, too. They've been with you for how long? It's called the gravy work. While the rest of us is out here hitting the pavement as hard as we can. Well, do you know how to trip plan. I can't trip plan if I don't know what my next load is. You understand? You give it to me right when I'm dropping a load, and I got to go, oh my God, what time zone am I going in? I got to try to do all this in 5 or 10 minutes so I can get moving, because the deadline for pickup is ridiculous. Well, you still haven't told me how much I'm going to get paid a mile. Well, you start out at 55 cents. But we don't have any pay cap until we get to 70 cents. So why don't you just pay me 70 cents? We'll call it a day. Oh, you gotta have incentives. That's my incentive to stay at 55 cents. 55 cents a mile isn't even gonna pay my bills. And be home every 2 weeks for 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, your rock, my time, your whatever confused time. No, thank you. Well, don't you want to be... Ma'am, you're not getting me home every week. Eventually, I hope that dream job opens up, that I can go in the morning and get home about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and still enjoy time with my wife and be able to go to sleep at a decent time and get up and start my day all over again and run a day cab somewhere or run a yard jockey car or something. Yeah, that would be my dream job. Is it ever going to happen? I don't know. Maybe. The world will never know, Mr. Owl. I mean, seriously, people. This is the nonsense that goes on. But instead of getting frustrated, in a way, I kind of get even with them. And they leave me alone. Someone comes over to your house. Think about this. Someone comes over to your house and you really don't get along with them. Just... I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it. Sometimes you just let them come over, and when they start talking, you just start talking. Or you listen to them talk, and I try not to say stuff, but I mean, I literally have a family member that's married into the family, so it's family by marriage. Literally told me that Baker Mayfield lived at the Cleveland Browns Stadium because of the commercials you've seen on TV. Literally believed that. And the person that they're married to believed it too. And I'm sitting there going, wow. And sometimes I pick my battles and I'm going, I'm not even going to embarrass him, because then I get to hear, he thinks he knows everything. And what you speak goes in the air, and the air, wind blows it around, and it hits a few other people's ears, and eventually they speak it out, and it comes back and boomerangs you in the back of the head. And then you're like, wow, I cannot believe that they feel I'm trying to embarrass them, or I think I know everything. No, I'm trying to help you to where you don't go tell somebody else that garbage and look ridiculous. Why would Baker Mayfield live at the stadium? Because you see him in the robe. Well, we're at Baker Mayfield's home in Heritage Stadium. That is his home. That is his stadium. He's the quarterback. I mean, it's a commercial, people. You notice they never showed his apartment in there. He was always in the bleachers or something else. He had a place that he went to when he got in his car and drove from the stadium. I mean, this is how great Satan is in your life, isn't it? He don't even got to convince you. He just puts it on there, and it must be true because it's on TV. I had someone ask me a while back, hey, did you ever get your $1 million from the LGBT that owns half the alphabet. For the life of me, I cannot remember that concept of letters. I'm like, wow. Nope. I guess I'm still going to identify as a man because they haven't gave me my millions yet. I don't understand it. It works for them. They get to be a woman or a man. And today I'm a woman because I dress up as a woman, but I identified as a millionaire. And I mean, I wasn't going all hog out here and saying a billionaire. I just said I wanted to be a multi-millionaire. But they haven't given it to me. I don't understand why they won't give it to me. They want me to give them respect. I'm giving them respect, but give me the millions. I don't want a lot. I just want about $40 million. I mean, come on. Y'all can arrange this. This ain't asking too much. I mean, what you're asking me is a little too much, but I'll accept it. You're making fun of us. No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just having that conversation with you. If you can live in fantasy world, so can I. I mean, heck, I'll even be Captain Hook in the fantasy world. I'll be the bad guy. I don't care. I'm $40 million richer. What are you going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? Pay my house off? Go out and buy Darlene some shoes? I'm laughing because if she ever listens to this, she'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that. I tell her this all the time. Honey, I gotta get going. I gotta make some money. I gotta buy you some shoes. Usually at Christmas time and any time around, I buy her running shoes for her because I know what it's like to run. And if you don't got a good pair of running shoes, and I know what you might look at a pair of shoes and think, man, those are some nice shoes. But after you run so long in them, the shoe breaks down. I don't care if it's Nike. I don't care if it's Reebok. I don't care if it's Fubu, Fulu, Shubu, and whatever other kind of Lubu, Shnu you have. They break down. They're great for a while, but it's like anything. They look good. She's always telling me, honey, I got too much clothes, I got too much shoes, I got this. Okay. Well, then let's get rid of some of it and let's go shopping. I'm serious. Let's help somebody else out, or let's put it online, let's sell it off, and let's go shopping. I love to go shopping for her. Sometimes I think she gets a little upset because she's like, well, I don't know what to get you sometimes for the holidays or whatever, or just randomly buy. You know, you're putting too much thought into it because, honestly, you probably could walk into any discount store, any Goodwill store, any thrift store, any yard sale, and pick up a random bunch of toys and bring them to me, and I would probably be the most excited person that walked the earth. Especially Legos and anything that I can build something out of. You can never go wrong with Star Wars. I mean, there's a few things that I still want that eventually I'm hoping that I'm just going to run across in a yard sale that I never go to. You never know. I might get led one day to pull off and say, you know, I look forward to my Saturdays that I get when I take vacation. I get 2 Saturdays, or 1 Saturday. I forget how it works, but I go to the flea market, and I'm always looking for these certain toys. I found one this year when I was off. I found one, but they wanted way too much money. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Dude, look at it. It's not even complete. I would pay that for complete. I'm not coming down on it. Somebody else is going to buy it. I came back my second vacation and walked around there, and it was still there. And I said, it's still here. Then he was willing to sell it to me for that price. No, thank you. Nope. Now this is my price. See, and that's how we sometimes do in life with God. try to barter with God. So you think all this random stuff that I'm telling you about telemarketing and all that, that's how the devil tries to hook you in, people. He tries to sell you this great deal. It sounds great. These salespeople try to sell you into a lease vehicle because they know they're going to hook, line, and sinker you, and you're going to be a repeat customer of theirs every 3 years. They know they're going to sell you another car or lease you into another car. The price is worth it, isn't it? Come on now. I don't think so. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's worth it. Look at all Satan's giving you. You know, woohoo, man, you get to live that rock and roll lifestyle, man. Come on. Yeah, it's a great life. Yeah. You ever really see anybody that's in rock and roll? Look how miserable they are. Bands are always fighting each other for rights and royalties and all this garbage. The only one that I think I have a mad bunch of respect for, and I always get his name wrong, and I'm probably going to get it. I'm not even going to say his name. I'm just going to tell you what band and who he was. The guy in Queen that played the bass guitar, Doogie, or whatever his name was. For some reason, I can never remember. I know Roger was the guitar guy, or was it? Or no, that was Brian. Roger was the drummer. The bass player, whatever his name is, I got mad respect for that guy. I mean, seriously. You know, even in the movie, he never came back to give his thoughts on the movies. He never came back to the band, you know, and I'm not coming against the band. You know, hey, go make some more money if you can make it. Queen is Queen. But it's also, I'm sorry, but you're in that lifestyle that's not very godly. You can't put God into rock and roll. You just can't do it. There's even some Christians, people, with Christian music. You got to be very careful because some of them are out there. They're in like bad spot. They're not so great. Look at some of the pastors. Shame on the mess. I'm telling you. Maybe you wonder why so many people are deceived out here. Makes you wonder, don't it? I don't know. Just makes you go, huh? Yeah. I'm with you, huh? Well, much as I want to keep going on this video because I'm actually having a wonderful moment doing a video. This is one of the videos that I know people are going to be like, wow, whatever. But usually the videos that I think are going to be crappy are the ones that people seem to get the most out of it. So we'll see. But either way, hopefully God's getting credit out of all this, and hopefully you're understanding more how Satan works, and hopefully you had some good laughs, and you're allowing yourself to overcome anxiety and pressures of life, and get to look at life in a different way. Me, I'm just going to continue to roll on this last 2,000 miles, and I got to do it in 2 hours, and so I can go buy Darlene some more shoes. I wonder how many people, if we end up doing this live thing, it's going to be, Darlene, is it time to go buy you some shoes? She'll probably start laughing. anyways, God bless you. Let me pray with you. Lord, I just lift up these people today, whoever comes across this video, whoever you lead to this video. Let them really get the understanding where I'm trying to get to in these videos. But sometimes in a not so pounded down your face and trying to convict somebody of what they're going through. Our own conviction is enough sometimes to keep us from you. But let them know that they can come to you broken, beaten, battered, however they're feeling in the moment, and not be ashamed, but come and sit and talk with you, to surrender it to you, to ask for change, to ask for that divine appointment with you, that their life can change too. I ask for a godly mentor to be involved with them when they are going through this, so they can have someone to talk to and someone to walk through this journey with. I ask for these spiritual chains to be lifted off of their sight and their hearing. I ask for these chains to be broken that are holding them and binding them into this world of sin that they're in. Lord, I know you can do these things because you did it through me. And I know all things are possible because God, our Father, sits on a chair of possible. He sits on a throne that's untouchable. You have paid the ultimate price. You allowed all sin to enter you, and you delivered it to the grave. You surrendered it to the grave. That things are dead. We just got to leave it dead instead of allowing it to be alive in us. The only thing we should be allowing alive in us is the Spirit of you and the Father. Let us give praise and all glory to you both today. Let us stay in a sinless life today. Let us walk in understanding today. Let us walk in that fire of you today. Let us walk and know that you are with us today. Let us go out there and be faithful and confident that we can defeat the enemy today because you will walk with us. You go before us. What then shall we fear? We know you will clothe us. We know you will put a roof over our head. We know our bills will be met. We know that you will put food on our table. We know these things because the Word is living and it's true. It will never come back void. Even in the times when we slip up, we're grateful that you give us that forgiveness. We're grateful, God, that you tarry sometimes, that we too can be found worthy in the time that you start calling these names. Let us be found in the book of life. Help us daily to concentrate on that book of life. Let us be on fire to be able to pick up the living word and read it. Let us ask you what you want us to get out of this word today. Lead us to those paragraphs. Let us have that devotion time with you and the devotion time with the Father. Let us go to that quiet time and sit and listen and wait on you and wait on the Father to speak to us. But let us have that today. Let us start growing more with you than away from you. And I ask this and I say this, in your blood, be over them, be in protection. Let favor fall upon them. Let them see the light as the same as I have seen. Let them come out of the darkness, Lord. And I ask this in your precious, most holy, glorious name. I love you, Lord, and I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for this day. And I thank you for all that you have done. Continue to give me the wisdom, the knowledge, the prophecy, the things to come. Let me speak accordingly to what you give me to speak, Lord, or let me speak nothing at all. Lord, let me do accordingly to your plans and purposes that comes from the Father, whether I understand it or don't, remember it or do, but let it be done to give glory to you and the Father. No matter what the world thinks of it, no matter what people say about me, give me the strength and the courage to continue on, Lord. I ask this and I pray this in your holiest name, Jesus Christ. I love you. Amen. Love you guys. Amen. Till the next one. Hope you enjoy this video. Like it. Share it. Whatever you want to do with it. Because it's yours too. Comment. Don't. Up to you. It's your channel too. Got more thoughts on something that you want me to dig more into? I'm probably going to put a little bit more on this one. I don't know. But,
slow down within the next 5 miles. Please
till the next one.